Richard Hart's cryptos HEX, Pulsechain, and PulseX have been absolutely pumping lately. And today I'm going to be taking a look at and covering these three cryptos and giving you guys my honest opinions on where I think they will go this bull market. So, as you can see in the past couple of days, Bitcoin has been dumping since that spot Bitcoin ETF approval. But you know what has been pumping? The Richard Hart cryptos. Now, I think everybody here, when I say here, like everybody watching this, or most people watching this could be your first time you're hearing about HEX and the Richard Hart ecosystem. But I think a lot of people know about this ecosystem already. It got a ton of attention back in 2021. And I don't think people actually understand how high the market cap of HEX got in 2021 and how big of a crypto it actually was. But, you know, I've been looking at this ecosystem for quite a while now. And in fact, in the past couple of months, I've been playing around with it in Twitter. It's a very fun, very active community. And at the end of the day, you know, let's just get into it. Let's see. You know, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinions. So HEX right now is up 80% on the month. Now, once again, all these cryptocurrencies are pretty controversial and everything. But at the end of the day, if you take a look at the market cap of HEX, it's currently at $1.5 billion. But the market cap's at 209. So the weird thing is, not really weird, but basically all the Richard Hart cryptos are kind of blackballed from the crypto industry. Because this is not the 209th largest crypto at $1.5 billion. No, it should be in the top 100, obviously. Now, if you take a look at the all-time chart for HEX, you can see back in 2021, this is what people don't understand. Take a look at this market cap. It hit at its pico top in 82 billion with the B market cap. And I believe at this point it was the third largest cryptocurrency in all of crypto by market cap. That's what people don't understand. When this happened, if you go to CoinMarketCap, which is pretty much where everyone goes for the coin rankings, it wasn't there because they're blackballed. Literally the third largest crypto, and that's what a lot of people aren't talking about. The fact that this massive run up, and it was also kind of weird because when the price, we know back in, well, we don't know, but I know that, I'm saying we don't know because some of you guys may not know. But anyways, back in 2021 in May, Bitcoin had that first initial crash. And during that period where Bitcoin was going down, HEX actually made a massive move up, a huge move up, and people made substantial amount of gains. I remember it was on fire. You know, there was the episode of Dave Portnoy's Pizza Review where the guy's shilling HEX to him. The Hexicans were going everywhere. And I'm not going to lie, back in the day, I was kind of a hater on HEX. But my opinion has definitely changed a lot on this as I've, you know, my opinions have changed as I've gotten older and understand the industry a little bit more and all this other stuff. But people don't really understand how big HEX got. $82 billion, it was the third largest crypto at this point. And then obviously it made its way down with the bear market and everything. And if you take a look at where it's at right now, to me, this looks like a massive opportunity. It got to $82 billion and now it's sitting at a $1.5 billion market cap. When you talk about buying the dip and buying in the blood, this looks like a really good looking chart for opportunity. If we're talking strictly upside opportunity, you cannot deny the HEX chart's looking very well. Now, what the fuck is HEX, okay? So HEX is an ERC20 token launched on the Ethereum network. HEX is designed to be a store of value to replace the certificate deposit as a blockchain counterpart of the financial product used in traditional financial markets. HEX is also designed to leverage off the emerging DeFi ecosystems and cryptocurrency within the Ethereum network. Now, if we go to here, HEX mining averages 38% returns a year. And as you can see, 3+ years of flawless operation. You mint your own rewards, no minimum or minimums. Mining HEX doesn't require any hardware or electricity. And they get a lot of flack. The HEX community gets a lot of flack because, well, first of all, they're pretty, you know, tribalistic, which is, you know, every community in crypto pretty much. But it's really the fact that the industry has some reason just blackballed them. I think it's because of Richard. I'm not really too sure. But, and also people claim HEX is a Ponzi scheme. And HEX is not technically a Ponzi scheme. He basically, Richard Hart, designed HEX in a really smart way where it's very similar to a Ponzi, but it's not actually a Ponzi. And you cannot deny the tokenomics are very well. I mean, you don't get to an $82 billion market cap. And keep in mind, that's with the whole ecosystem being blackballed. Okay? And it's kind of unreal how blackballed they are. But there's a lot of liquidity here. But anyways, we're going to go to the next coin, Pulsechain. So if you didn't know, there was this big thing where you could state, or you could, I think it was you sacrificed your hex, or you burned your hex or something. You burned some sort of crypto, burned Ethereum, and you would get Pulsechain. There was a massive airdrop. And take a look at this. Once again, what is Pulsechain's market cap at? Of course, it's not fully reported. Almost $2 billion. And it's ranked 3,851 on CoinMarketCap? What? It's ridiculous. But anyways, it's up 146% on the month. And it launched back in 2023. And, it had, that down-only bear market. But I think my prediction, Pulsechain, this chart is going to end up being a hockey stick chart where it comes down in the bear market and then it's going to look like that when the bull market comes. Obviously, it's not going to have another drawdown. But I think initially, once this bull market is really raging, I think it's going to be a nice hockey stick looking chart. Now, what is Pulsechain? So let's go to the CoinMarketCap explanation. So Ethereum fork with delegated proof of stake validators, shorter 3-second blocks, no mining, no inflation, fee burning blockchain. Yeah, so there's not really too much information on it right here. Pulsechain goals: increase Ethereum's value. Ethereum fees will be lowered by sharing its load. Enrich ETH users. Enrich ERC and NFT users. Improve game theory. Remove pollution. Interoperability bridging. ETH can be traded on the Pulse network, and there's also stuff and shit that's coming out on this right now. Let's go to the Pulse. Okay. So here we can see the whole ecosystem. Okay. And we can go to Pulsechain. It's a real blockchain. It's, of course, a fork of Ethereum. But at the end of the day, it's a real thing. And I would not, once again, if you take a look at the attention the HEX community and Richard Hart gets, I don't see how this isn't a bad play. I mean, real talk. Once again, I currently own none of these cryptocurrencies. Let me put that out real quick. I don't own any of them. But I think I'm probably going to get some. I mean, take a look at this chart. Opportunity. This chart looks like big opportunity. I'm pretty bullish. Now, once again, the reasons why I'm bullish on HEX and Pulsechain is not necessarily the technical or technology. It's not about the technology. It's really the game theory and the community behind it. They have the strongest community. You don't get to $82 billion by not having an insane community. That just doesn't happen. They also have great game theory and tokenomics. At the end of the day, Richard Hart, he's got Ponzi-nomics on Hall of Fame. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to pump the price of a cryptocurrency. Okay? So I think, both of them, not bad plays. Now we go to PulseX. PulseX is up 200% on the month. Now, if we look at PulseX, once again, it launched again at the beginning of 2023, and it's had that same down-only chart for the bear market. Once again, I think the PulseX chart's going to end up being a hockey stick chart. And take a look at this market cap. Wait a minute. Is that a $7.1 billion market cap at rank 2,279? 2,279? Absolutely ridiculous. Now, once again, PulseX is here. The most liquid exchange on Pulsechain. So, once again, there's an ecosystem that's coming up in this, Richard Hart thing and the PulseX thing. PulseX is Pulsechain's exchange. It's the world's largest yield farm. The second PulseX incentive token, PulseX's goal. I don't really understand the exact... Now, if you want to trade it, it takes you to this app and you have to apply and you have to run it from your desktop, which is a little weird and everything. But I really don't understand why. The reason why they get so much flack is because they're such a cult. I made a video back in 2021 talking shit about HEX, and they got really angry at me. And even for years after, even 2 years after I posted the video, I'd still people commenting and everything. Okay, HEX community, I'm on your, I'm bullish on your ecosystem and everything. Do not attack me anymore. Just joking. But yeah, overall, once again, if you're looking, the point in the way I look at crypto a lot of the times is, can I make money off this token? And when I look at these charts, I'm saying, yeah, I think it's going to do really well. Now, the other thing you do have to remember is that Richard Hart is not in the United States anymore, and the SEC is coming after Richard Hart. And Richard Hart has kind of stepped away, not stepped away, but his social presence has definitely gone down a ton since the SEC and the U.S. government has come after him. He's since fled to another country, don't know where. But whatever, that could definitely, obviously impact that whole ecosystem. If Richard Hart is able to come back to the U.S. and he beats the SEC, that is going to be very bullish for the price of HEX. Now, here are the two scenarios. There's one scenario where Richard wins. In that scenario, I think all these cryptocurrencies are going to do extremely well. I think the Richard Hart ecosystem is going to boom. It's going to have a massive boom. I think it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. The other scenario is Richard Hart doesn't win and ends up going to jail. Now, here's the thing. I do not think he should go to jail at all. I think he should be a free man walking. I am in full support of him versus the U.S. Government, basically. Not really the U.S. government, but really just the corrupt SEC. Don't want to put them all in the same bucket because they're not all of them are corrupt, but this one division is, aka the SEC. But if Richard Hart does not win that, I think you will still be able to make a ton of money, but I don't think it's going to pump as hard, which is, I think we can probably both agree on that. But I still think regardless of what happens with Richard, I still think this ecosystem is going to pump. I mean, you look at this chart. It's one of these charts where it's like, yeah, it's gone up 100%. Take a look at that upside, though. Take a look at that upside. If it can even do half of what it's done in, back in 2021, that's like a 20-30x bagger. It's like, I would say this is not even, and same with Pulsechain. Why can Pulsechain not run it up? I'm extremely bullish on this ecosystem. I'm probably going to get some exposure to it very soon. But yeah, guys, that's just my honest opinion. And I know it's like, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Like, I don't understand why there's so much hate towards it. The community's funny as fuck. If you haven't checked them out on Twitter, their influencers are funny as hell. And of course, once again, there's a lot of Ponzi-nomics involved. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at this thing like, hey, how can I make money? And once again, I think, this will make a lot of people money, in my personal opinion. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. I'm posting daily videos here. And also, go follow me on X, link in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching.